Imagine the streets of Rome in the dead of winter. A high-ranking official is being rushed through the city in a litter, but he isn't alone. Beside him sits a secretary wearing thick, heavy gloves, not for style, but so his fingers don't freeze as he takes continuous, relentless notes in the cold. This is Pliny the Elder. He famously refused to walk anywhere. To Pliny, every moment spent navigating a street or taking a stroll was a catastrophic waste of time that could have been spent reading or writing. His daily schedule was a machine. He woke before dawn to advise the Emperor Vespasian on matters of state, and the second his political duties ended, he returned immediately to his library. He engineered his entire life around multitasking. If he was sunbathing, someone was reading to him. If he was being scrubbed in the bath, he was dictating. He even ate while a reader performed, sleeping only in brief, sudden bursts to maximize his output. He built a life of absolute observation. By obsessively documenting the world, he insulated himself from actually experiencing it. Pliny was the ultimate detached academic, safe from the unpredictability of reality so long as it stayed on the page. All of this maniacal focus had a single goal. He was compiling his magnum opus, the Natural History. It was the first true encyclopedia, a massive attempt to summarize human knowledge. The scale was staggering. He synthesized 2,000 volumes into 20,000 distinct facts. He attempted to categorize the entire universe, from planets and distant nations to insect anatomy and rare minerals, all from behind his desk. He was a master of the theoretical. He wrote extensively about earthquakes, monstrous sea creatures, and volcanic fires, but he preferred to document these extremes from a distance rather than witness them. His encyclopedia was the ultimate act of passive observation. He believed he could master the physical world simply by recording it on parchment. In the year 79 AD, Pliny was serving as the commander of the Roman fleet, stationed at Cape Misenum. He was perfectly positioned across the Bay of Naples, miles away from any immediate danger. On a late summer afternoon, a massive, terrifying cloud suddenly exploded into the sky. Mount Vesuvius was erupting. Watching from across the water, Pliny immediately began analyzing the phenomenon. He noted that the ash plume looked exactly like an umbrella pine, a tall trunk shooting upward before branching out wide at the top. His first instinct was purely scientific. He wanted a closer look at the anomaly, so he ordered a light ship to be prepared for a quick observation mission. As he headed for the docks, he grabbed his wax tablets and stylus. He intended to take real-time, detailed notes as the disaster unfolded. Even with the greatest natural disaster in Roman history beginning, Pliny was still acting as the detached observer. To him, the apocalypse was just another data point for his books. Then, a messenger arrived with a desperate plea. It was from the sailors stationed at Ratina, a town trapped directly at the base of the erupting mountain. The wind had shifted, and a wall of falling debris was burying the town. The roads were cut off. Their only hope for survival was a rescue by sea. In that moment, Pliny dropped his wax tablets. He permanently abandoned his scientific mission for a humanitarian one. He canceled the light observation boat and ordered the launch of heavy Roman quadrines, massive warships powered by hundreds of oars, steering them directly toward the epicenter of the eruption. As the ash turned to hot stone and the sea began to retreat from the shore, his pilot begged him to turn back. Pliny simply replied, "Fortune favors the bold." Pliny reached the coast at Stabiae, finding the locals trapped on the beach under a rain of burning pumice. The panic was absolute. To stop the spread of terror, Pliny did something unconventional. He weaponized his own rigid, predictable routine in the middle of a disaster zone. While flames burst from the mountain above them, he insisted on taking a bath. He ate a cheerful dinner and then lay down to rest, projecting a sense of total safety to everyone around him. His nephew later recorded that Pliny's breathing was naturally heavy. The terrified servants keeping watch could actually hear him snoring while the volcano raged outside. His lifelong discipline, previously used only to maximize study time, became his final tool for leadership. He used his own habits to anchor a panicking crowd. By morning, the situation was untenable. The courtyard was filling with volcanic debris, and the group was forced to abandon the house. They fled toward the turbulent sea, tying pillows to their heads with towels to survive the barrage of falling rocks. But Pliny's body failed him. Overcome by the dense, sulfurous vapors, he collapsed on the beach. When the air cleared days later, his friends found him. Unlike the victims buried in agonizing poses throughout the region, Pliny looked untouched, more like a man asleep than a casualty of a volcano. Pliny the Elder spent a lifetime condensing the universe into ink and parchment, but his legacy is defined by the moment he abandoned his research to lead a rescue. He proved that true greatness belongs to those who have the courage to close the book and act.